Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today is the 22nd of November 2020. Today I'm going to talk to you about a few events that have happened in our region lately and which give indicators of the condition of peace and stability. First of all, Prime Minister of Pakistan Imran Khan visited Kabul. It was a day-long tour. He was accompanied by his foreign minister. The tour went well. This tour was preceded by the visit of Minister for Trade, Razak Daud. Pakistan-Afghanistan trade has plummeted for a number of reasons, basically lack of trust between each other, and also because Afghan-Pakistan transit trade has also suffered due to COVID and other reasons. It had halted and it has only sputtered along. Pakistan and Afghanistan have had a very robust trade relationship, which has a long history behind it, but it's not going on well now. So I think it was a good decision to visit Afghanistan, although it came late in Imran Khan's prime ministership. It was only the first time that he has gone there. It has been about 2.5 years that he has been in office. Anyhow, it was good that he visited Afghanistan now a few days ago, because yesterday there was an attack in Kabul. A number of places were hit, and the IS has taken responsibility for it. So one was that there was a lucky escape, or perhaps the IS did not want to spoil his tour. Secondly, also Pakistan had presented a dossier a few days earlier. This was done in a joint presser by the Foreign Minister and DGISPR, in which it was said that India has been intervening in Pakistan. They've been conducting sabotage and acts of terrorism, and this has a money trail, and the smoking gun evidence was given, and also it was said that India is using the soil of Afghanistan to do that. So I do not know whether Afghanistan brought up this issue in during our Prime Minister's visit over there or not, but it could perhaps bristled the NDS, which is the Afghan Secret Service, because Pakistan has said that the number of Indian consulates which are working in Afghanistan are doing, they are in disproportionate number, and secondly that they are being used for covert activities. But what has happened between Pakistan and India relations is that first of all, of course, the Indians had outrightly rejected this dossier that Pakistan had presented. The details were later shared with foreign diplomats also. India has rejected it, and to add insult to injury, India has now claimed that there was a Pakistani-backed terrorism activity in Nagrota in occupied Kashmir, which has been botched, and they summoned the Pakistani High the Shahj-e, and they lodged a démarche saying that Pakistan has done it. Pakistan has obviously rejected it, and they have also summoned the Indian Shahj-e based in Islamabad and registered their complaints. So the war of words between India and Pakistan is continuing, and the presenting of the dossier has done little to cool down tempers. What India is doing in Kashmir goes on unabated. The world at large is not really bothered, it seems. Third thing that I want to bring to your notice is that yesterday the President of Turkey, Mr. Erdogan, has spoken to the King of Saudi Arabia. Note, the King of Saudi Arabia, King Salman, and not the heir apparent and de facto leader Mohammed bin Salman. He's spoken to King Salman, and the effort was to patch up the fraying relationship between Turkey and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It took a grievous hit when Turkey blamed Saudi Arabia for the murder of the Washington Post journalist who was a Saudi, Mr. Khashoggi. This fellow was brutally dismembered and killed ostensibly on the orders of the Saudi Crown Prince. The Saudis have blamed, conducted an internal inquiry, and they have pinned the blame on some operatives. So, in all this affair, Pakistan's relationship with Saudi Arabia had also suffered because it was felt in Riyadh that Pakistan is going very soft on Turkey, and it is trying to build up its relationship with Turkey at the expense of Saudi Arabia. So, if the Turks and Saudis patch up, where does Pakistan go? So, I think this has to be looked at carefully. One, Pakistan should not spoil its relationship with Saudi Arabia or with Turkey, or for that matter, any country of the world. It should have good relations. So, but this could prove a bit of a challenge. This needs to be looked into. So, this was my perspective over the recent happenings, and I would certainly be looking forward to your comments. Thank you very much for now, and a very good night.